Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're dialing in from, at whatever point in time you're going to see this in your day. I wanted to jump on here. I know it's a little bit later in my day than I expected, but this is going to be good, you guys. This is going to be so good. I hope that you take away something really amazing and creative from this little session I want to share with you. Um, if you would hop on and comment hello, I would love that. I love to know who's watching. It's going to take a minute for the algorithm to get going because I'm streaming to YouTube and both of my pages on Facebook today. And I want to say thank you if you are jumping on to watch this. It's been a minute. It's been a while since I had StreamYard where I could do several places and spaces at a time, but I am actually excited about getting back on YouTube because I'm in a challenge right now. I'm in an amazing group of people with hundreds and thousands of YouTubers, and just recognizing the true potential that we have here to touch a lot of lives for Christ in this platform is what I'm excited about as well. Anita, all the way out in California. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. I am just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this platform behind this area in my dining room behind me today. And the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is it kind of goes really, it goes ringing true in my own life. See, I have 3 daughters. They all love to do fun things. They all love to be surprised. And I think this is going to be so fun for them when they come home from school today. They're going to be surprised by seeing something different on the board and at the table here below the board in my dining room because am going to be creating something, and I'm going to have you guys watch me as I do the whole thing. You can give me tips and pointers if you want to suggest something. But this all spurred from a little study that I had in the Bible this morning, and actually from a coloring page. Okay, this is the coloring page that it spurred from. Now, I didn't sit there and color. Simply Sunshine. Hi, Dorinda. I love this. Oh, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, Dorinda. That is so cool. Yay. Awesome. So the book that your daughter has, Dorinda, from our girls club. Okay, I was going to color this today, but I was like, no, I'm going to save this for Sunday because we are going to do a joyful journaling hour on Sunday afternoon with our 3G members. If you're not sure what a 3G member is, you can look below on YouTube. I already put it in the description, but I'll have to add that later on the Facebook one. But basically, I have a 3G club, Godly Graceful Girls Club, and we do joy journaling every other week on a Sunday. And we get together once a month as well in my home, and we have parties with purpose. So we do creative things. And so this little verse spurred some just deeper digging into the word. You want me to read it to you? Okay. Audrey's. Oh, awesome. That is so cool. I'm going to have to check that out. I love the name of it. So cool. Okay. So Proverbs 4:23 says, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Okay. That's the ESV version. And here I have the New King James Version, and it says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Okay, so I can't wait to explain this verse to my kids and how important it is for us to be diligent about keeping our heart. And keeping our heart, how are we to even keep our heart? Well, 1 Corinthians 13 talks about all kinds of cool ways that God wants us to develop our heart and our love for each other. And when we do that with each other, it helps us to love God deeper as well. But it's also better if we show God our love more and show him our patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness. Then it's so much easier for us to show all of that to our siblings and to our friends, right? So out of our heart flows the wellspring of life, flows the issues of life. So the issues of life, comment below some of the issues of life that y'all face. Okay. Number one of the issues that I see in our life once in a while, and usually it's day to day, is the squabbles, right? The squabbles of, oh, I had that, or no, you can't borrow that, or I bought that with my own money. No, you can't use it. Oh, I was sitting in that chair first. Can you please get up? Um, squabbles. Okay. And then it creates an elevated pitch, a whiny voice. It ends in huffing and puffing and attitudes and anxiety. And yeah, those are issues of life. And those are some issues of life that I would like to see eliminated in my home. Wouldn't you? So we can pray over them. And this morning I had to pray over Kylie because she had so many knots in her hair. She insisted on washing her own hair last night. And after she showered, she didn't brush it all out. Okay. And she went to bed, rolled all over it, stuck it in her own ponytail. This morning, there were so many knots in that hair. I'm telling you. And I did it very gently. I combed it out piece by piece by piece with this amazing detangling spray. Y'all, this is the best. Amazing detangling spray. So I was able to do it without her screaming at me, but it was very uncomfortable for her. And it was a little bit of a long process. So she was a little irritated about that and so many things that would come into her view if her sister would come in or whatever we were talking about. And so I put in front of her a devotional book, a little princess devotional book. And as I'm brushing, I'm reading God's word. And I'm trying to pour into her some positivity to help her calm down while she's also drinking her cotton candy drink, which is supposed to help calm and reduce anxiety. So she has that at the table while I do her hair every morning without fail. That's like a must. But I'm sharing with you guys these situations because I feel like it happens to a lot of homes, like in a lot of our homes, and invariably almost every home that I know of, whether you're Christian or not, you have kids who squabble, you have attitudes, you have anxieties, and we have to learn as moms to combat that. And what are our weapons? What tools do we have at our fingertips to help our kids cope with those things? So while I was reading this, and as I was thinking about these things, I had this burst of inspiration. So I'm going to share with you guys this little burst of inspiration. And this is what I'm doing. So over here behind me is this big giant chalkboard that I'm really not doing anything with. And I want to do something with it. I want it to be useful in my dining room. I want it to have purpose. And so I am going to go ahead and write 2 words on this board right now. No, 3 words. I'm going to write 3 words. Okay. These are the words I'm going to write. L, a heart, V, and E. And then over here, can you see, or am I blocking it? Sorry. G, O, D. And I do not have the very best of handwriting. My daughter Kalina is no doubt going to come and make this oh so much prettier. And I will invite her or Natalie too, because they both do a really good job. All right. And then over here, I'm going to just write is. Love is, God is. So this is going to create some opportunity for us to pick through First Corinthians chapter 13. And over here to the side of the board, I realized I have these hanging things. And y'all, I had this really pretty thick, see this? After Christmas sale at Home Goods, like $2. So I cut a piece of this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and knot this back here so it's stronger. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this board and with the table surrounding it, and how I'm going to create a love station for my kids. All right, I'm going to create a love station. And this is going to be hopefully a fun place that they will interact with and that they will feel loved. So I'm going to come over here. Hopefully I made it long enough. I don't know if I didn't make it long enough. Oh, I don't think I made it long enough. I'm just going to leave it there for now, and then I will change it out later if I have to. Did I make my board crooked, you guys? Okay, so that's going like that. You might be like, Arlene, that's tacky. What are you doing with that? Okay, this is what I'm going to do with that. Before I show you what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to go down here and decorate. Let's just ignore that for a minute and come down here, because this is like my super favorite part. So here on the table, I have this white throw. It's kind of chiffon-y, like I think it's actually I believe it is actually a curtain, a white curtain that I had. And I used it for the tea party that I had like a week ago. So this is still on the table, but I'm going to actually pull it up, and I'm going to take a few things. I have this wooden pedestal. I'm going to put this here, and a few other things like this fabric heart, some lace gloves, a little doily, and a piece of burlap. Okay. So the burlap, I'm going to actually drape it in here into this tray that I have. Okay, and then the little doily, I'm going to put on the square wooden pedestal and put that over here, put this in here. And I'm going to drape this up here so that stays and kind of just gives a little scallop to the curtain, I guess you call it. Most people wouldn't see it's a curtain. It's a piece of fabric, right? Okay. I also have this really cozy cream scarf. So I really don't need to wear it right now, but it's cream and fuzzy. Any kind of fabric you can find that's like cream and fuzzy, it's a win. So I'm going to lay this in the tray as well. It'll create cozy feel vibes. Okay. And these gloves I'm just going to lay here. And then, of course, the things that I want to set out on this table are things that I want my girls to pay attention to. Okay. Things I want them to pay attention to. What do I want them to pay attention to? I want them to journal more. I want all of us to journal more. I want us to gather around the table on a daily basis if possible, or at least every other day. And I want us to doodle God's praises, them to write about their day. But intentionally, what we're going to do is doodle the words in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. We're going to talk about patience. So one whole page is going to be patience. Love is long suffering. Love is kind. Going to draw a heart. Phone call came in. Gonna let them decorate a heart and draw something out that has to do with patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, all of the things that have to do with 1 Corinthians 13. So I want these journals to be out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these right here in this was a little plant canister that I got at a thrift store back at Christmas time. And I also have in here some little like different various shades of pink scrapbook papers. So just little things that you can use. I also have some Mod Podge. So we're not going to be getting out paints, but I do want to make the Mod Podge available and markers. And this is a little planter that I got for $1 in the Target bin a while ago. So markers in here, and then palette knives for the Mod Podge. And that's going to go right here beside the journals. Okay. And then something else that they could use for the journals is this pastel. It's just, it uses your fingers. You can use Q-tips, but the little pastel colors just adds another effect of art that we can use. And I could tuck that right back in here, or just lay it out here so they see it's there. And then I think I'll go ahead and lay this right there if they want to use that to glue on. I also have a few other ribbons of pretty pinks. So you can gather any ribbons that are red or pink color shades and just add them to your little bin. So you're like, okay, so what's over here, Arlene? What's going over here? Well, if you know me, you know that we have to have a teacup here and there, don't we? So I have these ones that are the perfect little red color. So I'm going to lay these ones out just to remind my girls that anytime they want to have a little cup of tea, cocoa, or something to drink, they can use those. This is easy, fun stuff, you guys, at the Dollar Tree, little white ribbon with hearts. So they use some of this on Saturday for their boards, but I'm just putting that around the teacups to just remind my girls that the bond of love between siblings can be very strong and it can be irreplaceable. So that is something that I put just there. This little heart, so cute. I think I got it from Walmart for $3. I got a couple of these. I'd like to make these, and these could easily be made by hot gluing pretty different fabric types on some styrofoam cut in a heart shape, but that's going to go there. I also have a pile of devotional books. So if the kids want to use a device, if I'm busy with something, invariably I say, have you had your devotions yet today? Have you dug in the word? Have you read something that's uplifting? If they say no, then they must come over to the devotional pile and pick one of these. We have a 3-minute devotions for girls. We have Brave Girls Bible Stories, which this one will probably more likely get read in the evening time as family because they're a little longer and they'll tend to pick the short ones. So, and then words to cheer your heart. Words to cheer your heart. We all can use, our hearts can use more cheer. And then New Day, New You. This one's good for Kalina and Mommy. But I can read these to the girls too if I need a little more inspiration or something. There's a new day. This is still January. We can still express the fact that this is a new year. There are new beginnings. Each day is a fresh new beginning with no mistakes in it. It's what Anna Green Gables used to say, remember? Each day is a fresh new day with no mistakes in it. So let's just create that that culture and that inspiration for our kids to see that that this is something that they can. I want the Bible to be spotlighted but not squished. Okay, so I'm putting the books down there like that. That's how I kind of arrange them down there. The big, and then the words to cheer your heart right there visible. And then I have this little dish. Okay, so I'm going to put this dish right on top of this devotional book. over here. And I can do two different things. You all tell me, what do you think I should do? Should I put out a love napkin on top of it, or a little lace doily on top of this? What would you do? Little lace doily or love? And I'm going to put some little treats on this. I suppose I could do both, right? Tell me in the comments, you guys, what would you do? Love, napkin, lace doily, or which one do you think I should do right now? Should I cut the napkin and just have love in here? We can get creative with that too. Dorinda says the doily. Okay, Anita says the napkin. Deb says the doily. Okay. Keep on voting. Thank you, ladies. Deb, good to see you on here. So, yeah, the treat that I'm having for them isn't necessarily going to require a napkin. They're not going to like get too messy, I don't think, but I probably could cut out. Let me try this. Let me take these jagged scissors and cut this out. Anita says napkins. So there's actually 4 of these on the napkin, but they're all in different, they're all differently laid out. So it's not like I can actually cut one and have them all done at the same time. That's not going to work that way. So I'm going to cut these out like this and see how this looks. The trimming, the bottom of this napkin does have a weird like trim. It's not totally even. So they are from the dollar store, so they're not like perfect. Understandable, right? And again, this isn't about overthinking things, but it's about getting a little bit creative. You could use tea. You could use napkin under teacups. Yeah. I could put the napkin here under love, or I can just put one here. And these are the treats that I'm putting in here. Does anybody like Ferrero Rocher? So Daddy got these for Christmas, and we haven't eaten any yet. In fact, we actually didn't know where they were. I was going to put them out for the last tea party, and we didn't know where they were. So I found them this morning. So Ferrero Rocher, here we go. Anita likes those. Yum. All right. And then I'm going to just put the lid on here. That actually looks super cute, you guys, with the word love right there on the doily. Let me move it closer so I can show you. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. So here we have, I also have a little heart-shaped, I don't know what you call this, quilted. It's not a quilted square, but it's a quilt. It's a quilt-shaped heart. And I found this randomly, you guys, on the ground in a parking lot when I was walking. So I'm going to put the website for this in the comments below this video so you guys can check it out. But it says, I need a home. I found a quilted heart, and it's www.ifaqh.com. So somebody's been making quilted hearts and just leaves them around randomly. This side is cute, right? Pink and purple. Tell me what side you think I should put out, pink and purple side, or the side with more cream tones. And then I have some jute right here. Kind of hard to angle this properly. Here we go. So I was just going to put this here off to the side. All right. So this is how I'm just making this little station above the board, and I want them to, as much as we can, get creative a little bit more with journaling, and just putting things out like this available for the kids does help them to do it. So another thing too that you can get is a small notebook like this that's got thicker paper, so it's better for watercolors or Mod Podging or something like that. These can be then torn off and then glued onto the pages of the little books like these, because this is simply just thinner paper. So to have a true journal book, these are really great to tear out and then paste inside these. All right, so that I'm going to put there as well. Okay, and so what are we doing with this string up here? I wanted to show you guys a couple things. I have a bunch of these little bags, okay? And we all know these come from the dollar store, right? But I really don't care for the red on here because it does clash with that red color. Lift it up a little bit. So that red is pretty much a totally different shade of red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the camera down so you can see what I'm doing with this. And let's see if this will work. Just pointing the camera down. Is it upside down? I think it's going to be upside down for you. All right. I will do it upside down so you can see. How's that? Good? Comment below if you can see well. And I will try to keep the aircon mount not in a dizzy state. All right, so I'm going to do one upside down and one for both of us, okay? So there are a couple different garlands. There's so many fun little DIY garlands that you could make. But I'm just going to recreate these little bags. And what I'm going to do with the bags, you guys, is I'm going to have one per child. And I'm going to hang those and then allow my girls to have, I'm going to put some sticky notes up there. And these sticky notes are going to allow them to be able to write kind and sweet things to their siblings. Okay. And it's also going to allow mom and dad to get involved as well and write sweet things to our kids. A little more thing, kind of like love notes. Okay. So just creating that opportunity for us to make love notes for them. All right. And so these little Post-it notes are going to go good. We're going to take one off, put it inside their bag. And when they want to see it, they can look at it, know it's there maybe at one time during the week, empty their bag out and look at the love that was poured into them that week. I also want to use one, and actually Robert and I write something on here that is going to be a fun little outing we can do as a family. So whether we're going to like go to Gardens Mall and eat out for lunch on a Saturday, or we're going to, go somewhere special anywhere outside of Hobe Sound. I think that's going to be something that they'll look forward to, because my kids really love to go places and do stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is cut this off completely, and it pulls it out. Okay. And then you got to have a bobby pin for this project. You definitely want a bobby pin. Okay. But this right here helps me to kind of measure how long it is that I'm going to need, but I'm going to be doing jute. Okay. So the jute is going to go, I would say, about this long. Okay, and I'm going to just do a little bit extra so I have some knots. And then I need 3 of that. Of course, we should have a bag for mom and dad, right? We should have everybody pouring into mom and dad a little more, huh? Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then 3. So cutting that. All right, so getting rid of that. No longer need that super bright lipstick red styled. Okay, so then since there are 2 spaces that have been pulled out, we're gonna just string it through. You take the bobby pin and you poke it right through here. And it comes all the way through. And then I'm just gonna make it 1. I'm not gonna do 2 drawstrings, cutting the tag out of there. And I'm gonna make it be towards the back. So let's see here. Come all the way through here to the back. Pull it through. All right, so these are going to be drawn like this and then be hanging on the red cord that I have up on the board like that. Okay, so let's see. I really don't need that quite as big of a, but maybe I can use this for a little side bow. Let's see if that'll let me make a bow. See if I like it like that. I can always cut it. It's not a big deal if it's not cute. All right, so there's that. And then we can pull the drawstring. You can hang these on a pin, hang it with a clothespin or whatever. But here's something, a couple other things that I made, which I'm actually going to cover this heart. You can use burlap or whatever, but I'm going to use this amazing stuff. I got a big roll of this and it is actually wallpaper. Okay. So this wallpaper is going to be going over top of this. I have my glue gun on right here. And so I'm going to cut a couple of these available. See, I made a pattern. And so you take wallpaper, or if you want to use burlap, whatever you want to do, and then you take it, fold it in half. But first I made a little pattern. Okay, so take it in stride here. Made a little pattern of 1/2 and then put this here. And then we're just going to cut it. All the way around. Okay, let's see if that fits. Ooh, just barely. You can see they did not center their heart on the bag, so it's leaving me closer edged over here. But I could technically narrow this heart down a little bit, starting about right here. That works too, yeah? Okay, so there's that. And then let me go ahead and do one more. So I have all 3 of mine done. You can do this with any cute fabric as well, you know. Just take a piece of fabric from any kind of old skirt, shirt, top. I mean, if you got to buy fabric, I know Dollar Tree has it in their tiny little remnants, but I rarely buy I don't ever buy fabric from their remnants because I'm always finding fabric other places. But like in larger quantities. Okay, so another thing I wanted to show you is we can make a hole of a heart in here and then show a little bit of the red. Like if you don't want all of the red to show and you just kind of want to down it a little bit so it's not so bright, that's what I was going to go for. So I'm going to just go ahead and make a little heart here. And then here. Okay, so we have those. And then the nice thing is you can even make it even more dim and put a piece of burlap on the inside of this heart and tear out just a few of the strands, you know, so that it's not so dark. Like if you did this and put it over, you can't even tell there's red behind there, right? Can you see that? Well, I guess you can see better if I move it over here. I'm sorry, guys. Right here, you can't even really see that there's red through there because that burlap is pretty dark. So what we can do is take out some of these strands, pop some of these off so it's a little bit translucent there, and then you can see a little red back there. Yeah. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. I need to go and we'll catch up later. Okay, Anita. Hi, Jelena. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. All right, so I'm going to take this glue gun and go ahead and probably don't need quite all of this. So we're trimming that out. But I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece of burlap to the center of this heart bag. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. Smell the heat. Okay, and now we'll just get this on here. Y'all, that's cute, right? That is cute. So that's showing a little bit of red, but it's just not like so bright and overpowering. All right, so I'm going to do that with these ones as well. And again, I'm just pulling a few of the pieces of burlap out so that it's kind of right in the middle here. Pulling a few out in the middle. And that'll give me a nice, there we go. Okay. Kind of need to trim this down because I don't need quite as much of it. And then put this on. Kind of always place it on first so that it, you know, before you glue it all, back it up and check it all out here. So this one has a lot of more openness of red. See that? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this right onto here this time. And then place this right over top. Y'all, isn't that cute? So Kylie, Natalie, Kalina, we're all going to get one of these bags. And I'm looking for my third bag. What did I do with it? Yikes. I'm missing my third bag. I was certain I had 3 bags down here. Ah, here it is. pushed over by the chocolates. All right, so I'm looking forward to the girls utilizing these kindness bags, these love bags, so that they can write kind things to each other and put little love notes in here to each other. And then, like I said before, this is just to help spur on more less squabbling, more loving, more appreciation in my home. So I would love to hear in the comments below if you struggle this with your kids as well. Please let me know I'm not alone and that you don't live in a perfect home, because it is always great to know that you're not alone. All right, so I'm going to have this one. I love how that looks whenever it's just jagged and a few in there. Yeah. Oh, I tore it up a little more. Yikes. See if I can patch this one up. Yikesy. I think it'll be fine. Okay, let's get this on, glued in here. All right, it'll work out. So I'm just going to trim this out so it doesn't poke underneath the heart. And then go ahead and glue right on my heart. Oh boy, it looks like I'm needing some more glue in my gun. But I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any specific system or behavioral system or showing each other more love system that you use in your home that helps with your kids' behavior and just loving each other more and being helpful with each other. Like, that's really what I want to cultivate, right? I want to be able to have my children just be more helpful with one another, and just show more grace to each other. So I feel like we as moms are the ones that cultivate this. You know, it's up to us if we're going to make this any better in our homes or not. You know, yeah, the dads play a big role as well, but we are the keepers of the home. We are the homemakers. So this is our charge. We've got to get creative with living clean. If we want our kids to live clean in their mouth and in their rooms and in their hearts and in their health and in their happiness, we've got to be the homemaker that's going to step up to the plate and do things out of our own comfort zone sometimes. Oh, oh no, you can't hear. Oh, I wonder how long it's been that way that you haven't heard. Wow. I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, I was basically giving my little speech about we're competing as moms, and we 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 like might have to step up our game, as okay, I gotta get this thing. I need an Archon mount. Ugh, this thing is so wobbly. All right, let's put it this way. I'm gonna stand up now. Okay, so I was basically saying, and I don't know when that muted and you all did not hear that, but oh, she said I can't hear you, can't hear you. Okay. Okay. So basically I was saying, y'all, that we need to step up our game. And this might seem silly, but we've got to get creative with living clean. We've got to teach our kids different ways and means, because who do we have to compete with? We've got the TV to compete with. We got other amazing YouTubers who are like walking into Target going, it's a yes day, fill your cart, get whatever you want. Okay. So come on, if we can just create a little station in our dining room and call it the love station and say, okay, this is a fun time for you to, oh, this is going to stay. We'll see. That might not work. I can tie these right on here as well. So I probably need to do that. But I can also use plain Jane little clips. Do that. All right. So getting creative with just living clean in our homes is something that I feel like we have to do if we want our kids to show better attitudes and better spirits at home. We have to do something out of our own comfort zone that is gonna just bring it up to speed. So yes, the clothespins work, Deb. They work fine. And so this is how it's working out. And then of course on the board, I'm going to allow the girls to write the different words here as we talk about 1 Corinthians 13. They're going to write patience and maybe the meaning of patience, long suffering and the meaning, well, that is patience, but self-control, okay, the meaning of self-control underneath, and kind of talk about those attributes of love and what love is. And of course, God is love. God is love. God is love. God is the one that is going to, that initially pours his love out to us for what he did on the cross for us, right? So many fun things you guys could do with this. I would love to see, anything that you do for this. And I know, Deb, your daughter's older. Maybe there's something unique and different you can do for your daughter to show some extra love to her. I actually started a little hot cocoa love bar, and I will have to do that on another live with you guys. But even some fun little stickers like this, anything pink, anything red. There's these ones. I don't know that I'll use these, but Dollar Tree even had some crayons that are pink and brown shades. So I'll be taking these out and putting them in a little bucket just to give it a certain little place. And then I have these cute little love pens that they can use as well in their journals to write. So just getting a few little things out, okay? It doesn't have to be super crazy, but it's just giving you guys some ideas of some creative things that you can do to put out and encourage them to journal a little bit more. So I think this love station turned out really cute. And what do you guys think? Comment below. I know it's going to look better once we get some of the words out here. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not selfish or rude. Oh, those are going to be some really good lessons that we'll have. Love is not selfish or rude and doesn't boast. Oh my word, we have so much bragging in our home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the notifications button, subscribe. If you're on Parties with Purpose Facebook page, thank you for following this page and supporting it, sharing it with those of you that might have daughters or kids, tea parties. So trying to keep things purposeful, trying to gather around the table and have purposeful conversations with our kids to pour into their cups. That's me, Arlene. Thank you for having a little coffee and tea with me, Lena B. I used to do those. This over here, when I put this over here, this little heart. This is so cute. All right. So that concludes everything. I hope you all enjoyed this little video tour of my love station, our love station. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and just share this video with someone that has kids, someone who has daughters. Maybe you had a conversation with someone else and they're like struggling with their kids and their attitudes. Send this video to them. Maybe they'll get a little inspiration and do something different. Whatever you do, take pictures and put it in our creative Parties with Purpose showcase group. I have a showcase group. I have the link to it in my bio on my own personal wall on Arlene Shillington Booth wall. Up there in the bio, there's a link for the free showcase group that I have. So get in that group, showcase the stuff, anything that I share with you, and try to inspire you to do. Take pictures of it and share it in the group. Say, I got inspired on last week's Faith and Fun. I got inspired on the 4 months ago one, and this is what I made. Showcase it, share it. Let's see it. I want to celebrate you and your efforts to raise a healthy family, raise a godly, graceful family, intentionally living clean for God. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day. Bye-bye now.